All right, welcome back. I have updated the Twitter title to no longer scream Baltimore Ravens all 22. No idea why the title is not updating there, but we are back in action for a Mount Polumbus watch party as the Buffaloes take on Texas Tech. Tech is up 10-0 early on in this game, and things are not going the way that the Buffs had envisioned, unfortunately. Brutal start for the Buffaloes. They just got to calm down here, man. Calm down, get a drive going. It's 4th and 1. This is a big moment. It looks like Colorado's going to go for this on their own 25. All right, they end up bringing the punt team out. Probably the right call there. I wouldn't mind going for it if the Buffs had shown that they were moving the ball a little bit easier, but shoot, you're on your own 25. You can't risk that thing. Unbelievable. And now we got a crap punt to go along with it. Cool, good, great, grand, wonderful. Our pets' heads are falling off. Super. Wherever you guys are watching right now, whether you're watching on Twitter or YouTube, you can interact with me. Your comments will come in live on the stream. It'll pop up right here on the screen, and we can interact. So feel free to make this an interactive experience. Huge game from Colorado. They've got a very legitimate path to the Big 12 and a path to the playoffs, but it starts with winning. They got to win all 4 games, and they need Iowa State to lose a game. Let's check in. The early goings of that Iowa State-Kansas game were actually kind of interesting. Let me check in on that. Iowa State-Kansas score. Oh, hell yeah, buddy. Kansas is winning 21-7 against Iowa State right now. So that would be enormous if the Jayhawks could hold on to victory right there. Colorado's got to settle down, though. Certainly cannot look ahead. Finally got a normal start time for Colorado, 2 o'clock on a snowy day. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Got nothing to do. I got a hoodie on. I got my sweatpants on. I've worn the same sweatpants about 5 days in a row because I'm comfy and I'm cool like that. You guys like my fancy little scoreboard I got here? Got to take the crowd out of it with the big score. That would certainly be nice. That crowd is loud and energetic and deservedly so. Texas Tech is off to a great start. Stupid Patrick Mahomes designed the jerseys for Texas Tech today. They got his name on the back. Why don't we get the double Mahomes beatdown this weekend? Let's get the beatdown on Texas Tech on Mahomes Day. Let's get the beatdown on the Chiefs tomorrow. Got to get a stop here, man. College football moves fast. Everybody stays on the ball. Brock Heward's on the call. Brock's a good buddy of mine. He's really good at what he does. His son's name is Titus. Titus Heward is a freshman quarterback at Valor this year. And Titus looks like his name. He is an absolute beast of a human being. He's like 6'5" as a freshman. Colorado with the pass interference call. Not what we need. Sometimes you just got to weather the storm early on in road games. I mean, obviously, every team is fired up to play Colorado. It is every team's Super Bowl. And the crowd comes out loud, energetic. And it's tough to overcome that environment early on. So sometimes you just got to weather the storm, find your footing in the second quarter, and get rocking and rolling. The key is to not fall behind by too much. University of Miami lost to Georgia Tech today. That was a huge loss. Miami had been winning games by the skin of their teeth this year. They've been flirting with death all season long, and they finally lost a game. Why does it feel like in college football, these crossing routes are freaking unstoppable? Damn, that was a hell of a pick there. When you go man to man like that and they throw the ball at the line of scrimmage, you are allowed to do that. Got to hold them to 3, man. Huge sack. Let's go. Freaking needed that. Desperately needed that. That's a coverage sack right there, though. Good coverage from secondary. Gives your defensive line a chance to get a sack. I dig the Buffs uniforms this year, man. I did not like the crazy concepts that the Buffs came up with last year, but I dig them this year. Those little flat irons on the pants, those look clean. Come on. Come on. Out of bounds. All right, 4th and 15. You hold them to 3. Should be down 13-0 after this. Obviously, a great start for Texas Tech, but I'm telling you, 13 points in college football is absolutely nothing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that live scoreboard we got here. 13-0 Texas Tech. I hate the score, but I like the scoreboard. I'm fancy for you guys. I was waiting on some neighborhood kid to come around, knock on my door, and offer to shovel my driveway for 20, $30. Nobody came. I was hoping they would come. What happened to these kids? When I was growing up, I was out there hustling on snow days. My kids are not home, so I couldn't bully them into doing it. Power's out in Denver? I actually didn't know that. And yes, this is just Mount Polumbus watching a CU game. That's exactly what this is. Isn't it exhilarating? Excited enough for you to hop on. I've been given updates the whole way, buddy. We're currently in a commercial break. I'm not quite sure what you want from me. Did you guys see the stupid story from Texas Tech? The grifter from the Texas Tech t-shirt shop that tried to make a national storyline that the University of Colorado wouldn't allow him to make a t-shirt with an American flag on it. The dude is a Texas Tech t-shirt shop trying to make money off the University of Colorado because University of Colorado is the hottest ticket in America, and also trying to take advantage of the current political climate. I'm not going to lie. But he comes out with this total false story that Colorado wouldn't allow him to put their logo on a shirt with an American flag. There are literal thousands of apparel items with the American flag in the University of Colorado. Thousands of them out for sale by the University of Colorado. He's an absolute grifter that was ticked off that the university didn't give him the rights to put their logo on his t-shirts in a Texas Tech t-shirt shop. And by the way, the original version of the t-shirt was a Red Raider wrangling a buffalo. He wanted the University of Colorado to give the rights to a t-shirt where the shirt showed the Red Raiders wrangling a buffalo. Yeah, talk about some entitlement, dude. But it worked. He got a national story out of it. Look, the mismatch in this game has to be the wide receivers for Colorado versus Texas Tech secondary. The secondary for Texas Tech is terrible. They're hot garbage terrible. And so far, Colorado's not been able to take advantage of it. But Texas Tech has got the second worst passing defense in all of FBS. And with the completion percentage that Sheduer has, I think it's second to only Cam Ward. No, excuse me. Second to Dylan Gabriel of the University of Oregon. This should be a great opportunity to put up some fireworks in the passing game. Big 3rd and 6 right here, man. Huge 3rd and 6. Buffaloes desperately need a drive. Even if they don't end up with points, they need a drive. Unreal. We got off schedule there. End up with a scramble drill, and they can't connect. Yeah. I don't know if that was worthy of pass interference. Travis wants one, but I don't know. Ball was clearly not catchable. I would love to see a on schedule throw there. I mean, 3rd and 6. You don't want to be scrambling around. You don't want off schedule. You want to be on schedule. Our punter sucks, man. These punts have got zero hang time on it. Colorado's about to give up a punt return for a touchdown. Mark my words, because this dude cannot get hang time. When you don't get hang time, you got zero chance to get your coverage team down the field. Make them feel your presence. Levante Bentley's a pretty good football player, man. A little bit undersized. Probably going to have a tough go at it at the next level because he just doesn't have the height, but he makes it work. All right, 3rd and 7. Get off the damn field. Let's go. Travis Hunter's currently second in the has the second best odds to win the Heisman behind Dylan Gabriel. If Travis Hunter does not win the Heisman this year, the award's a freaking joke. He is the best football player in America. The award is not supposed to be to the best quarterback in America. It's the best football player in America. What Travis Hunter is doing this year, it's literally never been done. Champ Kelly didn't do this. Rod didn't do this. Nobody's ever done what Travis Hunter is doing this year. And not only to just be on the field, but to be the best on the field at both positions, it's crazy. Ginty, the running back from Boise State's having a special year. In my opinion, if it doesn't go to Travis Hunter, it should go to the kid from Boise. How about Boise State? They literally might get a first round bye in the playoffs. Boise State, because the University of Miami lost today, that clears the path for a first round bye for Boise State. How long's the power been out in Denver? See the Juju Smith guy, the number one quarterback in the country that is committed to USC. He's taken 4 visits to Boulder, despite the fact that he's been committed to USC all along. He had it down to University of Colorado, Indiana, and USC, which is weird because he's committed to USC. So I'm not quite sure how he's got it down to 3 schools when he's committed. But he canceled his visit out to Indiana this weekend, or maybe that was last weekend, one of the two. And I do think that Colorado is probably got a 75% chance of landing this kid right now. Lincoln Riley is apparently a gigantic front runner that has exposed himself a couple years in a row down there at USC. Deion's pretty calm right now in his sideline interview, showing absolutely no panic. That's good. You know what? And his team has earned that right. Last year, there'd probably be some panic. This year, steady Eddie. All right, that's a huge 3-and-out right there, man. Now you got to seize it. All right. Now you got to seize it. If Colorado doesn't get anything going offensively after this drive, I might start getting a little bit nervous. You got to capitalize on sudden changes. And nowadays in college football, 3-and-out borderline feels like a sudden change because it's so easy to move the ball. 3-and-out borderline feels like a turnover in college football. Sheduer's a little bit off in this game, man. And Travis Hunter's pissed off. Travis Hunter is literally the only dude on that football team that can yell at Sheduer Sanders. I guarantee you there ain't another player with the balls to call out Sheduer. All right, can't do it in there. Put it on the ground. Let's go. Nice run. Jordan Seaton, the left tackle for Colorado. He's a true freshman. He was the number one recruit in the country last year at the tackle position. He has been amazing. Honestly, he's been way better than I expected him to be. The thing about playing offensive line in college is that the maturity of your body from your freshman year to your junior year, even if you're not touching weights, you just grow up and you get so much stronger. For Jordan Seaton to walk in as a true freshman and dominate the way he is, it is incredibly impressive. God dang it. Sheduer's got to get rid of that ball, man. You can't hold on to it that long. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6. I mean, that was almost 7 seconds before he got sacked. Get rid of the damn ball. Third and 18. Not a whole lot in the playbook for this one. You got a bubble screen. You got a halfback screen. Maybe throw a seam route if you got cover 2. Instead, we just dump it off. They're not thinking about going for this, are they? No, they come off. As they should. All right, I said I'd be a little bit worried if they didn't get anything going offensively, and I ain't going to lie. They don't feel great right now, especially if Texas Tech can capitalize on their next drive. I wonder if Colorado's had 4 straight punts in any game this season. I seriously doubt it. Yeah. Getting sleepy. People are boring me. Did you guys buy University of Colorado as a playoff team? I do, mainly for the mere fact that the Big 12 is down. There's a lot of bad football this year. Not as much as in the NFL, though. NFL, I've never seen so many bad teams. You've got 10 teams in the NFL with like 3 wins or less. It's nuts. At the halfway mark of the season, I've never seen so much bad football. Let's check back in on the Iowa State Kansas game. Oh, hell yeah, KU. Let's go. 28-10. Kansas Jayhawks, who are 2-6 this year, are dominating Iowa State in the early goings of that game. It's almost halftime out there at Arrowhead Stadium. By the way, keep an eye on that game because the weather was not supposed to be good, and that game is being played at Arrowhead Stadium. So that could impact the Broncos game tomorrow. If the weather conditions are bad and that field gets beat up, despite the fact the weather's supposed to be decent in Kansas City tomorrow, the field could be in pretty rough shape for the Broncos game. You're talking about a dude from Texas Tech's wife right now. You got a wife in college? Oh, I got to update my scoreboard. We're in the second quarter here. Still says the first. There we go. Palumbo's not a very good scoreboard operator. This might be one of those games that Colorado needs to get a spark from the defense. Oh! Okay, Arden Walker. You ask for it and you shall receive. Sometimes when you can't get things going offensively, you got to rely on the defense. Need a big play, strip sack, interception, something. Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator for the for the Buffaloes. He had never done the job before. The best job he'd ever had in his life was as the safeties coach at for the Bengals. And Deion landed on this guy because the real target for Deion in the offseason for his defensive coordinator was Mike Zimmer. Mike, obviously the old head coach for the Vikings. Mike really did consider taking the job. He doesn't end up taking it. So Deion talks to Mike. He says, all right, who's one of your disciples? He lands on Robert Livingston. That ends up being the best hire that Deion Sanders has made since he's been at Colorado. The Buffalo's turnaround on defense this year has been pretty incredible. All right, well, defense gets off the field again. Colorado moves up a few spots in the rankings after the weekend, even though they didn't play a football game, simply because there were a few losses. So there's now 2 bye weeks in college football, which caught me off guard. I know I probably should have known that because I do this for a living, but I was expecting the Buffs to play last weekend, and they did not. You've now got 2 bye weekends, but it was a good bye week for Buffaloes. If you guys haven't subscribed to Mount Polumbus yet, what are you doing? Head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And if you could like/comment on this video right now, that would be very helpful for me, help the channel grow. I'm putting out lots of cool content for you guys. Put out all 22 after the Broncos games, where I go back and I do all the Broncos offense with the coach's film and break it down like you would hear from a coach. People have been loving that. Do pregame, do postgame analysis. I put out a scouting report video on the Kansas City Chiefs this morning. So if you want to get a breakdown on the Broncos versus Chiefs game, head over to my YouTube. The link is in my bio. If you're watching on Twitter right now, just go to my bio on Twitter and click the link, head on over to my YouTube channel. I'd be super grateful if you guys would go subscribe. Trying like crazy to grow the YouTube channel. Got nearly 50,000 followers on Twitter, but starting a YouTube channel from scratch ain't easy. Although I do have 2,000 subscribers over there, so you guys have been awesome. This game's a bit of a snooze fest, if I'm being honest. Get something going, Colorado. Come on, for the love. All right, Will Shepherd, let's go, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Will Shepherd makes the move from Vanderbilt to the University of Colorado, which obviously ended up working out well for Will because he's on a damn good football team. But it's kind of ironic that I think Will was like the leading receiver in Vanderbilt history, something like that. He holds a bunch of statistical records, and he ends up transferred out of Vanderbilt the one year that Vandy is actually good at football. My sister went to Vanderbilt, and despite the fact that Vanderbilt sucked at football, I almost went there. That's a cool college, man. Right there in Nashville. They recruited the hell out of me, and I took a visit out there. I thought long and hard about it. Obviously, great academics, but the football was just so freaking bad. I mean, it was so bad. When I committed to CU, they were one game out of the national championship. My senior year of high school, Colorado should have been in the national championship had they not dropped a dumb game to Iowa State early in the season. No, to Fresno State. They lost to Fresno State early in the season. Had Colorado not lost that, they would have been in the national championship. That was the year that Colorado beat Nebraska 62-36, and that was the last game of the regular season. Nebraska ends up going to the national championship despite the fact that they got smoked by CU, and then they got smoked by Miami in the bowl game. If I remember correctly, I think Colorado got smoked in their bowl game too. I think they went to the Fiesta Bowl against Oregon. I can't remember what happened to them though. Sheduer Sanders has got adequate athleticism, but every time I see him run, it feels like he leaves a little bit to be desired. He ain't no Bo Nix now. It's crazy how athletic Bo Nix is. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Tiptoed that sucker. I'm sure they're going to review this thing. Let's hope he stays in bounds. That's what Colorado's got, man. I mean, they got wide receivers growing off trees. Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, Will Shepard. Wester just gets himself a touchdown, and I don't even know where he falls in the actual depth chart for the Buffaloes. You've got other guys like Omarion Miller who got buried and then ends up getting hurt. But the amount of wide receivers up there at CU right now is insane. They've got legit 4 dudes that should be playing in the NFL. There cannot be another team in college football that has got as many good wide receivers as the University of Colorado. All right. We now have an updated scoreboard, 7-13. Go Buffs. Samson's fired up about it. Tell him, Sammy. Woof. Woof, woof. Samson's the sheepdog. Sammy just got groomed. All right, let's go now, Buffs. Now you got to seize the momentum, okay? You've been putzing around. Your defense is playing all right, despite the fact that they've given up 13 points. The defense is doing okay. Now you got to put the foot on the gas and roll. Everything, the stars are aligning for Colorado. Iowa State's getting their ass kicked. All CU has to do is handle their business. Now, easier said than done. There's 4 games left if you include this one. They got to handle their business in every game. But if they handle their business in every game, we're looking at a Big 12 championship and a chance at the college football playoffs. Think if I wait a day or two, my driveway will clear. Let's see, I'm going to mess with this scoreboard size. That looks pretty good. You guys are quiet out there. Nobody's being interactive today. No comments? Let's check the Iowa State score. And it just keeps getting better. Last I checked, it was 28-13 Jayhawks. It is now 31-13 at halftime. Go Jayhawks. Did you guys know that a Jayhawk is not a real bird? Of course I knew that. Buff's defensive line's doing pretty good right now. Texas Tech was kind of the innovator of college football offense. Mike Leach and the air raid attack. Every single team in college football is more or less running an evolution of that offense now. Mike actually didn't invent it. He just kind of made it famous. I'll never forget when I was playing in college, we would watch Texas Tech film, and the offensive linemen would have like 6 feet for their splits between like center and guard and center. A traditional split is about 2 feet, and they would go hash mark to hash mark. That's how spread out their offensive line would be from the right tackle to their left tackle. It would be hash mark to hash mark. Played down in Lubbock a couple times in college, and nicest hotel they got there is the Holodome. Oops. Why didn't you guys tell me I messed that up? Second and 13, they put the ball on the ground, and the Buffaloes make them feel their presence. Crap. And now Texas Tech's got a free play. They'll take a shot down the field. Buffs get an interception. They're going to act like they're happy, but it ain't going to count. Travis Hunter, smart football player, knew the second he caught that football that ball's going back. You got a free play anytime the defense jumps off sides. Aaron Rodgers is kind of the first quarterback that really started taking advantage of it. Every time you had somebody jump off sides, Aaron Rodgers would throw a deep bomb, because it's a free play. If you catch the ball, you get the ball wherever you catch it. If you don't catch it, the play doesn't count. A lot of people think that Travis Hunter should play defensive back at the next level, and he very well might, but I think he'd be insane to not try to play wide receiver. The amount of money that wide receivers are getting paid these days, they are now the second highest paid player on a football team. It used to be quarterbacks, left tackles, edge rushers, and now it's quarterbacks, wide receivers. Wide receivers are the going rate for a wide receiver is now $30+ million. If you could be a wide receiver versus a defensive back, you'd be crazy not to choose to be a wide receiver. Travis Hunter said a bunch of times he wants to play for the Broncos. It's probably not going to be realistic because the Broncos are having a fairly decent season. So Broncos are probably going to be drafting 17, 18, somewhere in that ballpark. And Travis will be long gone. Long gone. All right, offense needs to be saying thank you. Thank you to the defense for playing good football so far. And they need a roll. They need to start matching the energy from the Buffalo's defense. Buffs get off the field again defensively. All it takes is one touchdown, and you've got the lead. Colorado did defer at the coin toss, which every NFL team does, but in college football, a lot of teams will take the ball. Colorado deferred, so they do get the ball after halftime. That interception would have been nice for the Heisman campaign, I'll tell you that much. That one does not go on the stat sheet. The double score in football is the most effective weapon that you've got. So because you deferred, you get the ball after halftime. If you can get a score with the last drive of the first half, and then you get the ball back and you get a double score after halftime, the stats say that like 80% of the teams that get that double score, don't quote me on it, but it's something like that. Like 80% of the teams that get that double score, they end up winning the football game. And now we're doing what I do when I play college football on Xbox, throw the ball to Travis Hunter. Pretty good game plan. Oh, throw it to Travis Hunter again. Oh, it worked. Let's do that one more time. Good game plan. Buffs are going to try to walk that line now with 3.5 minutes left in the half. Now you walk the line of, yeah, you want to score. That's the first priority. But you also want to eat up the clock because you don't want to give Texas Tech an opportunity to score. So you run the ball here and there, try to eat up the clock. Don't let the clock get in the way of scoring, though. It drives me nuts when teams overemphasize the clock. All right, this is a big third down. Third down and short. Probably 4 down territory no matter what. You've got the option to run the ball if you want to because it's probably 4 down territory. And they do just that. They put the ball on the ground. They're going to be a little bit short. Going to be 4th and inches. Definitely 4 down territory. QB sneak it, pick up the first down. Clock winds down. Everything's cool as long as you pick up the 4th. We going to call timeout or what? Why do they got to call it the 2-minute timeout in college football? It's new this year, anyways. Can we just call it the 2-minute warning? Does the NFL have a trademark on the 2-minute warning or something? 2-minute timeout just sounds stupid. Man, it is getting slushy outside right now. Warming up. I saw the governor declared an emergency for this blizzard. When I was growing up, we called this a snow day. Now it's an emergency. Frickin' A. Do you guys like my spaceship headphones I've got on here? The world's biggest headphones. They're comfy though. No pressure on the ears. Highly advise them. I look like an idiot though. Happy to admit that. I'm happy to look like an idiot for comfort. Ugh. Strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper? Gross. Look at all them buffaloes roaming free. I wonder what the Texas Tech stadium capacity is. It doesn't seem like a very big stadium. It's probably bigger than it looks. Are you freaking kidding me right now? You've got to be kidding me. We got a false start on 4th and inches. Now what do? Now do you go for it or do you kick the field goal? God dang it, dude. What are you doing? The guy, Sheduer wasn't even underneath center yet. That's all nerves right there. Get your ass benched, dude, stuff like that. God dang it. And we're still going for it. Now I'm nervous. Now I'm definitely nervous. 4th and 6, and we're going for it because we can't kick a field goal. It's too far from Mata. Come on. Come on. No chance. Let's go. No chance of getting him. Sheduer's not super athletic, but he's athletic enough. Gonna run it again. All right. That keeps the clock moving also. Come on, Buffaloes. I'm not accustomed to having nice things as a Bus fan. I'm accustomed to bad things happening, and I'm having a hard time getting out of that mentality. I'm still in the mentality of something bad's going to happen to us because we're not allowed to have nice things. All right, we keep the chains moving. Now you no longer have the luxury of milking the clock because you just got to score. So just call your best plays. Forget about the clock. Well, Shepard, that is a big body, man. That is a big target. Be curious to see how high he gets drafted. He'll definitely get drafted. Wow, I would have thought Colorado would have huddled up here and tried to milk the clock a little. Get rid of the ball. Get rid of the ball. God, he likes to live life on razor thin edge, don't he? It's good pass protection. Hold on, where's this dude come from? Oh, our right tackle's got to see that. He missed the looper. Maybe not good protection. Sheduer's got to get rid of that ball quick because he's got pressure in his face. Now it's 4th and 4. We probably kicked the field goal. Damn, that sucks. Really wanted to take the lead going into halftime. Mata makes me nervous, man. He kicks the ball so freaking low. Feels like every kick is a miracle if it doesn't get blocked. All right, 13-10. Not been as easy as you want it to be, but you're in good shape. Get the ball after halftime. 30-some seconds left on the clock. Don't let Texas Tech do anything stupid here. Obviously, you go into a bit of a prevent mode, but you don't want to give up too much ground because it's easy to pick up chunk yardage in college football. Yeah, the Buffs do get the ball after halftime. PBR. Sup, dog? Never seen you on the live streams before. Are you a newbie? Are you fresh to Mount Polumbus live stream? I guarantee you, there ain't anybody else out there that is doing a live watch party for the Buffs game that's got a scoreboard up there like I do. God dang it. You kidding me? Can we cover somebody on a damn kickoff? One throw and they're in field goal range. That is twice already in this game that the Buffs have given up an enormous kickoff return. Give me a frickin' break. I mean, he's got about 3 lead blockers. Had he stayed to the left, he probably would have scored a touchdown. Thank God he's an idiot and left his lead blockers. And there's the green line. They're practically in field goal range right now. Announcers right now are making a big deal because both teams kind of brain farted the clock management at the end of the half here. I think Texas Tech just gave up. They stopped calling timeouts in the last Broncos drive, and the Buffs did not eat up enough clock. This is what I told you I was worried about. I didn't foresee a gigantic kickoff return, though. Get him. Get him. Get him. Come on. Sack would be so huge. Ah! Had a chance at a huge sack. Keep him out of field goal range. He escapes out of the pocket and gets to the pass-fail line. They complete that. All right, at least it's a long field goal. I mean, they barely reached the pass-fail line in terms of their kicker's distance. Are you ahead of me? Do they shank it? I haven't seen it. Does he shank it? If you're lying to me, I'm going to kill you. I'll find you. I'll drive to your house. Let's go. Let's go. Garcia. Don't hear too many Garcia kickers. All right. Here's the deal. Let's do a little recap here. What's going on in college football? The Iowa State Cyclones are the team that the Colorado Buffaloes are keeping their eye on in terms of their Big 12 championship hopes. And the Cyclones are getting their asses kicked by the Kansas Jayhawks right now. The Jayhawks have only won 2 football games, but they are up 31-13 on Iowa State at the beginning of the third quarter. That game is being played at Arrowhead. A game that Broncos fans should be keeping their eyes on. I have not seen what the field conditions look like, but I was told that the weather was supposed to be bad out there in Kansas City on Saturday, which would affect the field conditions for the Broncos game tomorrow. If Iowa State loses this game, the Buffs have had the stars aligned. That's all they need. The Buffs got to handle their business, which is win 4 straight games. No easy task there. And then they needed the Cyclones to lose the football game, and the Buffs have got a clear path to the Big 12 championship. So, not a great start to this game for the University of Colorado. You give up a big kickoff return on the opening kick of the game, and you fall behind. Then offensively, you've got the false start, you've got the bad snap, ball ends up on the ground, and it felt like everything was going against the Buffaloes, but the Buffs defense settled in and they started doing their part here. And the Buffs defense have kept the University of Colorado in this football game. Very low scoring affair for a University of Colorado football game. It is currently 13-10 at halftime, and the offense has not found their groove yet. Fortunately, defense has found theirs, and I do expect that at some point, Sheduer Sanders is going to put up 250 yards in the second half because the Texas Tech secondary is hot garbage. They're the second worst secondary in the FBS. 133 out of 134 teams in passing yards that they give up per game. So we'll go into halftime here, recover, get the ball after half, and see if the Buffs can take control of this football game. I'm going to take a little halftime break. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few. All right, boys and girls, I'm back. We are not out of halftime just yet. This feels like a very long halftime. I don't know about you guys. What a huge freaking half of football we've got upcoming for the Colorado Buffaloes right now. Are you kidding me? The stars have absolutely aligned for a Big 12 championship and an opportunity at a playoff appearance here. Man, Iowa State is flat out getting their asses kicked by KU. 38-13, that game is over. It's over. Iowa State has got zero chance of coming back in that game. And what is on the line here in this second half for the Buffaloes might be the biggest half of football that the Buffs have had in 10, 15 years. Not because of the opponent, not because of the specific game, but because the stars have aligned. And it starts with Colorado taking care of business against Texas Tech. And then they got to take care of business in their final three games. But the stars have absolutely aligned. So at halftime here, Colorado has left some to be desired. Sheduer Sanders is 13 of 20 for only 147 yards. He does have a touchdown there. But Texas Tech isn't exactly lighting the world on fire either. That's the good news for the Buffs. Baron Morton, 6 of 12 for 115 yards. That is crazy to me that Texas Tech, the team that is known for innovating the offense that every team is using in college football these days, has only thrown the ball 12 times an entire half of football. Travis Hunter does have 3 receptions for 51 yards, so he's having a good game. Had they been able to actually count that interception that he had that isn't going to count on the stat sheet because we had an offsides on it, Travis Hunter would probably have cemented himself as the leader in the clubhouse in the Heisman race after this game. So would be super awesome if Travis Hunter could find himself another INT at some point in this game. Will Shepard has got 4 catches for 37 yards. LeJonte Wester has got 2 for 33. Isaiah Gustav has got 3 for 21. And Draylon Miller has got 1 for 5. We are not running the ball very well. We've only got, 31 yards on the ground, which is not ideal. Buffs are going to have to find a way to run the ball a little bit better in the second half. But what has been surprising me is that the mismatch of the game was supposed to be the Buffalo's wide receivers against Texas Tech's secondary. As I mentioned a couple times already on this stream, Texas Tech has got the second worst passing defense in all of FBS, ranked 133 out of 134. So I was kind of expecting Sheduer Sanders to have 200 plus yards in the first half. This could be one of those games where you throw for 400 yards. It doesn't look like we're on track for that, but we're in good shape. Buffs get the ball coming out of halftime right now. We just got the kickoff. Second half is rolling, and we will see what the Buffaloes are able to do with it. Loss of 2 to start the second half. Great. Appreciate you guys tuning in to Mount Polumbus here. Mount Polumbus Speaks is the podcast. You can find me anywhere on YouTube, on Apple, on Spotify. We are absolutely everywhere. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. That's more like it, Buffs. I'm so accustomed to the Buffs moving the ball at ease. This is a weird football game. University of Colorado is the Baltimore Ravens of college football. That's how powerful that offense is. All right, tough run from Hayden. Didn't look like there was going to be much there, but he picks up 4 yards or so. 2nd and 6. Let's go. Just keep the chains moving. Get to 3rd and short. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do we get that? They're saying incomplete. Seems like every time we get into scramble mode, we're trying to take a shot down the field. I don't mind it, but you also have to have guys coming back to the sticks. Man, Travis Hunter has been chirping at Sheduer the entire game. Give me the ball. I want the ball, Sheduer. Damn. I thought that for sure had Sac City written all over it. Somehow Sheduer's able to escape that pocket, pick up a first down, and the chains move. How does he sneak out of this one? I'm telling you, Sheduer is not super athletic, but he's athletic enough. I don't know about the Heisman kicks there, but whatevs. Jimmy gets a lot of credit for being the 2nd best wide receiver on this Buffalo's football team, but Will Shepherd is my favorite wide receiver outside of Travis Hunter. Big body, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick type of vibe to him. Just comes down with the ball, never lets you down, unless it's a Hail Mary. Damn, Trav. You're going to cry for the ball, you got to catch the ball. That is out of character drop from Travis Hunter. Brock Heward wisely points out he was probably thinking about the yards after catch before he even caught the ball. Third and 6. Probably ends up being empty pro. I bet we get the running back out. No? Oh. Oh, do we got a roughing the passer? Come on. I ain't afraid to get a first down on a roughing the passer. Don't you dare pick this up. Stop talking, refs. You shouldn't do that, Texas Tech. You can boo. You shouldn't do that. A bunch of cheaters. Oh. I think we got pretty lucky on that call. I have no clue in what world that is roughing the passer. There is actually no world in which that is roughing the passer, but I'll take it. What the hell is he supposed to do there? I mean, that was boom, boom, ball out, we collide. They're saying that he went low on him. Game gets delayed because something gets thrown onto the football field. I was wondering if it's a challenge flag, but you can't challenge that. God, football's getting stupid, man. I'm glad it went the Buffs' way, but that's just stupid. Sheduer practically puts that ball into these stands. Got to give him a chance at it. All right. Pick up first down on a more or less busted play there. Is Mahomes actually at the game? No. They played. That was stupid. Stupid Tyler. He can't be at the game. God, I can't stop yawning. Got to delay a game. Did we get a timeout in? All right, you hate to waste a timeout that early in the second half, but I'd rather call timeout than get the delay game. Man, the crowd out there is a little bit antsy. A lot of booing going on. What do you guys think? Send it in. Show me your comments wherever you're watching right now on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching. I can see your comments. You think this Buffs team's got what it takes to make the playoffs? I do. I actually do. I think this Buffs team does have what it takes to make the playoffs. Obviously, it's expanded, and that's the main reason why. Big 12, there's a lot of bad football going on, man. I mean, Mountain West is terrible. Colorado State might very well win the Mountain West. That's not a shot at CSU. But Mountain West is terrible, and the Big 12 ain't what we thought it was going to be. So, much like the Denver Broncos were favored by the scheduling gods this year with a bunch of bad football teams, the Colorado Buffaloes got a little bit of the same favoritism. Big 12 is not great, and I legitimately think the University of Colorado is actually the best team in the Big 12. BYU's got something to say about that, but I like the Buffs' chances. Pennies on the ground, absolutely. Just one of those days today. It feels like they're going to turn it on. It feels like at any point in this game, the Buffs are going to turn it on and they're liable to score 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes. At least that's what history would tell you. The main reason why I feel like Colorado could be a playoff team is because they got a defense. Crazy. The turnaround for the defense from last year to this year is nutso, man. Robert Livingston, give that man a pay raise. Deion took a chance on Robert Livingston. Never been a defensive coordinator before. He was a safeties coach out there in Cincinnati. And Deion hand chooses him mainly because Mike Zimmer recommended him. Oh, I forgot Danny Amendola was a Red Raider. Come on, boys, finish. Finish. Keep that sucker. Let's go. And we got a lead. First lead in the football game for the Buffaloes. Let's not look back now. Okay, now it's time to take over a football game. That Red Raider crowd that's already a little bit antsy, that's already booing. Yeah, get ready for the Buffs to take over. $16-3. Make that 17. Flag? What's the discussion here? Don't take the point off the board. See? Can't even win when you're cheating, Red Raiders. All right, 17-13. Now time for the Buffs to take control. Quick check-in out there in Iowa State, even though I know they're getting their asses kicked. The score in Kansas City between the Kansas Jayhawks and the Iowa State Cyclones is 38-20 with 13 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. Got my Buffs hat on, got my Buffs helmet behind me. That's game worn. I've got a painting for all my teams I played for, Seattle, Washington, and the Broncos, but I do not have a painting of me in a Colorado uniform. I might have to commission one of those. The dude that did those paintings was a guy named Gabe Richardson. He was the brother of my strength coach for the Super Bowl 50 year, Luke Richardson. He's an insane artist. Those look like prints, but those are paintings. Be curious to see how many kids get drafted from the University of Colorado this year. I bet they get a solid 4, maybe even 5, depends on those wide receivers. Are we out of the woods on this snowstorm? Is it all over? I mean, I got blue skies out my window. I would say this snowstorm was not what it was billed up to be. Yeah, I agree. All 4 of those guys will get drafted at some point. Is this the Pat Shurmur redemption story going on up in Boulder right now? Is everybody forgiving him for the Broncos experiment? I forgive you, Pat. Fans getting pissed off. They can't stop throwing things on the field. Sorry, boys and girls. Them Buffaloes are for real. I don't know. You're ahead of me. I haven't seen the kick yet. Oh, we pooched it. Yeah, that's because I'll tell you exactly what that kick was. The Bucs have given up 2 enormous returns, and they didn't want to give him a chance at it again. I actually don't blame them. I'm fine with it. You can't cover anybody kicking the ball off. All right, fine. We don't have a kicker that can put the ball through the end zone, which seems pretty pathetic. Jace Feely was our kickoff specialist, but he tore his ACL earlier in the season. We were using two different kickers, one for kickoffs, one for field goals. Ah! You cannot get beat on simple things like a stupid slant, and they go back to it again. You never see a slant go to the house in the NFL. Why do you see it so much in college football? Do not like the rhythm that Texas Tech is playing with on offense right now. Come on, boys. Defense looks tired. God dang it. Ugh. This is when, as a Colorado fan, I feel like we just can't have nice things. I can't get that out of my system, or I'm expecting something bad to happen. Colorado has to end up calling a timeout, which sucks because now we've only got one timeout left. But quite frankly, I think it was a timeout well worth it because we're getting our asses kicked defensively. Let's call timeout. Let's regroup. I could very easily come back to bite him down the road, though. Better not be losing with one drive to go in the game. It'd be a tough matchup in the Big 12 championship game with BYU, but I think Colorado would match up okay. Puts that ball up in there. Let's go, Trav. Oh, that wasn't Trav. But come on, get that ball. The second he put that ball up in there was so much hang time on it. I was pulling for an interception. And now we get a roughing the passer. Is this a makeup call? Is this a do right because of the stupid call they gave the Buffs? Let's see. I don't know, man. I mean, look, you can't hit the quarterback at all, it feels like. That didn't feel that late to me. Brock thought it was late. That looked pretty boom boom to me. Damn it, boys. Get tough. Come on, get tough down there in the lower red zone. Wrap up! Come on, Shiloh. How many times? Shiloh tries to tackle everybody with his shoulder. He's a big hitter. I get it. Use your freaking arms and wrap up, Shiloh. Brock Heward saying the exact same thing that I said. Let's go. What do they do here? Did they go for it? I bet they do. I bet they go for 7. You ain't going to win this game by kicking threes. Come on. Now you got my blood pressure up. Goal line stand. Come on. Come on. Let's do this, boys. Be curious what the analytic dweebs would say to do on this one. What is the conversation? What are they talking about right now? What are the refs talking about? Okay, thank you for that beautiful update there. There was a discussion about what happened on third down. At what point do you have to get on the microphone to tell us that you had a discussion? Shut up and let's get a fourth down stand. Sorry, I'm fired up. And a little nervous. I'm fired up and a little nervous. They walk in. God dang it. They made that look easy. Damn it. $19-17. And look at that updating scoreboard from Mount Polumbus. God, I'm so proud of my scoreboard right now. I don't feel like you guys properly appreciate the work I put into that scoreboard. I had to make that sucker. Just like that, I'm nervous again. I thought Colorado was taking control of the football game. Texas Tech marched down the field way too easy there. They cut through the Buffs like Swiss cheese, and the worst part is not even that Texas Tech scored on that drive. The worst part is that Colorado had to eat up their second timeout of the half. You're trailing. You're down by 3 points. It looks like this could be one of those games that comes down to the last possession, and you've already eaten up 2 of your timeouts. Not ideal. This is where glass half empty Tyler comes out. Somebody bring me back. Someone bring me back to positivity. I'm an offensive lineman. I can't help it. We're negative by nature. Frick! Samson, what do you think, buddy? What do you think, buddy? Buff's going to be okay, Sammy? Are the Buffs going to be all right, buddy? Yeah? Sammy says, calm down, Dad. Calm down, Daddy. Everything's going to be okay. Pet a cute sheepdog. I love you, buddy. I love you so much. You're the best. This dog does not leave my side. Literally every step I take, he is on my hip. I can't even take a poop in peace. You ever strain to get a poop out and have a dog in your face? The Buffs have never had so much on the line in half of football in decades. Everything is on the line right now. Big 12 championship, a shot at the playoffs. Everything is on the line out there in Lubbock. You guys ever been to Lubbock, Texas? Breaking news, it sucks. Sorry, Armin. Maybe it'd be nice if Colorado could get a return. Could we get a return? Ooh, maybe. Maybe. Come on. A little bit. Little baby return. It's honestly been almost the difference in this game. It's just been those returns that Colorado's given up on their kickoffs. I got no words. I got a bad vibe right now. Someone get this bad vibe out of my body. I need an exorcism. Put some positivity back into me. I need an exorcism of negativity. Freaking get backed up, delay game, hand the ball off, loss of 1, 2nd and 16. Pets' heads are falling off. All right, Sheduer, let's go. Put the ball in there. Play with some tempo. That is not tempo. That is not timing. But we do find Travis. Should be about 3rd and 6. Why can't we ever just play on time? Feels like this entire game, every throw has been off schedule. And it's not necessarily because the offensive line is playing bad. I think the offensive line has given some reasonable pockets for Sheduer. Third and 5. This is so big, man. This is so freaking big. If nothing else, just to flip the field. Let's go. Don't get a taunting penalty. Why don't we just shut up until we score? Oh! Travis Hunter, give it to him, buddy. Give it to him. What's the flag? This is on Texas Tech, right? It's got to be on Tech. Yep. Now we got some momentum. Watch this from Travis Hunter. Get on your back. You know what that reminded me of, Buffs fans? You guys remember Lawrence Vickers against Colorado State? That's what that reminded me of. That's an all-timer when Lawrence Vickers gave him the forearm shiver on the goal line. And again, we were way off schedule. Miracle to get that ball back to the line of scrimmage. Is this going to be a intentional grounding? What's the flag? Hey, oh my gosh. Everything's going the bus way right now. Flat out bailed out. I've never loved the refs so much. You guys are great at your job. Don't let anybody tell you any differently. You're really, really good at your job, referees. All right. Good, tough little run right there. Tough run. Feels like the offense is clicking now. Yeah, they got a few breaks along the way, but that's all right. I'll take a break. Man, how many bubble screens can we put? Oh, let's go, baby. On another simple bubble screen. Damn, look at that catch, buddy. Look at that catch, Will Shepherd. Couple huge plays back to back for the Vandy transfer. That's a hell of a grab right there. That is an NFL grab for Will Shepherd. Give you some Cortland Sutton-esque vibes there. All right. Then Buffaloes ain't going nowhere. Texas Tech is going to have to earn this sucker. Mata, another low kick, but it don't matter. It's good. University of Colorado's up 24-20. Right where we wanted to be heading into the fourth. 4 minutes left in the third. I guess we're not quite to the fourth quarter just yet. I kind of like this game, man. I mean, it ain't been easy, but Colorado has just refused to back down. Every time Tyler Polumbus, feel like things are going the wrong way, Colorado seems to have an answer for it. Ugh. Yeah, Mata makes me nervous too, buddy. All right, Buffaloes, let's roll, baby. Good news is the defense has been great all game long. I know Tech has scored 20 points, but they've been hard fought 20 points. And in college football, 20 points is kind of a bare expectation. Sammy gets nervous when I get excited. It's okay, puppy. Broncos got a fighting chance tomorrow too, man. I'll tell you what. I don't have the Broncos winning the game, although a few people at the station predicted it. Darren McKee predicted the Broncos win. I think Brett Kane predicted it. Coach Mike Sanford predicted the Broncos win. I don't see the Broncos actually winning the game, but I think they'll keep it competitive. This is not the same Chiefs of the years past, even though they're undefeated. That sounds crazy. The Chiefs are winning games because they've got a great defense. Chiefs defense is actually one spot ahead of the Broncos defense right now. But let's make it a fun weekend. Let's get a good win here out of CU. Let's start with this one, finish strong, and then let's get a competitive game out there in Kansas City. And I'm nervous. Kick the ball to the 10-yard line because Mata does not have a leg. Finally, we cover a kickoff. Suck on that one, Tech. All right. Would be really nice if the Buffs could get a little comfort here. Get a stop, get up by 2 scores, make this a little less stressful. Got a tip ball there. Texas Tech's lucky to get a completion. Nice coverage on the bubble screen. And we got 3rd down. Let's go. Can we get a 3 and out? Can we get a 3 and out, Buffs? Give me a 3 and out. How about we bring a little pressure here on 3rd and 5? Make them earn it. Looks like we're rushing 4, though. Four-man rush. We don't bring it. Let's go! 3 and out! Hallelujah! Let's go, Buffs! And just like that, the Buffs got an opportunity to take control of the football game. They have not had control of the game yet. You go 3 and out. You're up by 4. Get 7 points. I'm not good at math, but I think that would mean you're up by 11. Oh, they're going fake punt. Yes. Yes. You're a bunch of morons. You're a bunch of morons. Thank you, Texas Tech, for being a bunch of idiots. What are you thinking on the fake punt? I mean, goodness gracious. Of all the times to not go for a fake punt, that is about as high on the list as you could have it. What is the flag? There is no flag. We just like to throw the flag for fun. Who is he throwing that ball to? That's what I want to know. Give me a replay of the world's worst fake punt. Oh, I guess there was someone there, but it's just terrible slant route. Good coverage by the Buffs defense. They were awake. They were alert for it. What a stupid call. I love it, but it was stupid. I mean, going for the fake punt on your own 30, that's ballsy, man. Unfortunately, Buffs do nothing on 1st down. I'm going to assume that this message coming in about Wester means that we've got a good play coming in on 2nd down. I haven't seen the play yet. And we do. Oh, that close to a tutty. The Buffs has got so much speed. They got to be the fastest team in the country. Does somebody get him, or does he just fall on his own? Okay. 2nd and 9. Another off-schedule throw. We're scrambling around. Bad things usually happen. Now we got a flag that pops out, so we probably got a holding penalty. Throw it to the end zone. I think we might have actually caught that ball, even though he's out of bounds. And we're probably going to have a loss of 10. Yep. Oh. Damn, we're gifted a beautiful field position, and we get backed up. Would you guys stop telling? I think that means we scored a touchdown, which I'm pretty fired up about. Let's go, Buffs. We got a Travis. I'm assuming Travis Hunter's about to score a touchdown, but I haven't seen the play yet. Touchdown, Buffalo. Strike the Heisman. Strike the Heisman, Trav. Let's go. Play up that fight song. Fight, see you down the field. See you must win. Fight for victory. See you knows no defeat. So roll up that mighty score. Never give in. Shoulder to shoulder, we will fight. How'd you guys like my voice? Painful? Boom. Let's go, boss. Finally got control of the football game. Oh, I better update that scoreboard. That scoreboard ain't right. Hold on now. That looks a little better. 31-20. Yes, sir. I don't know how Travis Hunter does this, man. The dude doesn't ever even get tired. How does he do it? He'll play every snap of a football game and be ready to play another. Travis Hunter can take the ordinary and make it look spectacular. All right, boys and girls, I got to pop off here. I got to handle a few things around the house. Appreciate you guys watching with me. Mount Polumbus Speaks is the podcast. Going over to YouTube. If you've not subscribed, to do it right now. I'd be super grateful for it. I will be back in action tomorrow for the Chiefs game. There's a Chiefs scouting report up on my YouTube right now. I break down the injuries, I break down the keys to victory, the key matchups, everything that's going on in that game. So if you're a Broncos fan, head on over to YouTube and check out the scouting report on the Chiefs game. Other than that, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the majority of this Buffs game. Let's go, Buffs. Finish this off, and let's clear the path for the road to the Big 12 championship.